Hey guys, Dr. Meatus here. I think ultimately I'm gonna play this a little bit of mix where some of it'll be on stream, some of it won't be. And so this one we're gonna be picking up some quest stuff like that, doing some more of the stuff around. Nothing crazy in this. And so gonna give you an idea what we're gonna be doing. Now I think there's a quest in here. I think.
There is simply no parallel to the... I do hope you are enjoying your time. The Dawn's Roost represents the highest quality, from the ingredients to the decor. No expense is spared. Anyone who has sampled our offerings will assure you it is all worth it.
Okay.
Right away.
See if there's anything in particular that we could use. Could use a couple baguettes. We're probably for the food stuff.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
It's where there is one.
I need
This
to go
guy.
back on the books. Not
Bleh.
funny anymore.
Machine type.
I did not sneeze, I groaned. I just don't understand why such a first-class restaurant can be satisfied with serving second-rate coffee. Of course, it could just be my palate. It's quite refined, which is both a blessing and curse.
Where would you find better coffee?
Funny you should ask. I recently dined with a friend of mine with ties to the Freestar Collective, and he claims the best cup of joe he's ever had was in Aquila City.
Interesting.
Yes, although I doubted him at first, but then he showed me the proof. In his hand was a single coffee bean, fermented in the digestive tract of an alien beast.
How does feeding the beans to an animal improve taste?
It's not an entirely new idea. In the old world, growers used elephants. They believed the stomachs of these ancient beasts would ferment the bean and draw out its true flavor.
Harvesting these beans sounds extremely dangerous.
It seems that would be the case. Following this discovery, I hired a man to feed coffee beans to predators throughout the settled systems. But it seems after consuming the beans, the beast decided to make a meal of him. So
Okay.
I need someone to find this beast and remove my property from its stomach. As for compensation, you'll receive 2,000 credits when the job is complete.
Okay. I'll track down it. Where would I find the predator?
The man I hired had a transponder on him. When the predator consumed him, it also consumed the device. Rest assured, I'll have all the information forwarded to your ship's tracking systems.
Okay. Shouldn't the person's remains be the priority?
Not at all. The risks were written into his contract. I am not responsible for his burial or the unpleasantness of his tomb.
I'll track down the beast.
Excellent. I will have the coordinates sent to your ship.
Okay, have you tried Terra Brew coffee?
I know you didn't just say Terra Brew. Surely my ears must be deceiving me. Because to even imply that I would put that liquid garbage into my body is an insult I cannot tolerate.
Is there any place in the area you recommend?
All the towers offer breathtaking views for a price. It isn't the name on the building that matters, but how many floors are beneath you.
Okay.
But if you're looking for a living space, you want to speak with Miss Sanguini at the Realtor's office. She's the authority on the subject.
Okay, we can't do that yet. How's the food at Dawn's Roost?
It is, as the saying goes, to die for. And I mean that quite literally. I think the most commonly requested meal for those on their deathbeds is a Jemison Wellington.
Okay.
Goodbye.
So there's another quest. I think there's a quest here, but I think it's a part of the the security. Wow. There we go. Chunks.
Welcome to. Thanks for choosing Chunks. All I am legally allowed to say is that our chunks meet all known minimum standards for nutrition. Great.
If there's any that he has. Wait. We might have to go to the Terror Brew. Let's see if there's one over here. What I'm looking for is a... Okay, we actually have to go up there.
All of our signature dishes. My pleasure.
Looking for one that might have... I'm looking for one with experience.
Thank you for coming in.
So I think we have to go up here, right? I think the Apollo suites are up here, which is where our parents are. It is. Here we go. Hey!
What? Well, I'll be. Honey, we got ourselves a visitor. I'll get the coffee brewing.
Oh, my God. Oh, you about gave me a heart attack.
Not that we're not thrilled to see you, son, but I thought you were under contract with Argos Extractors. Is everything all right?
Better than all right. I'm working for Constellation now.
Well, I'll be. Constellation? Is this one of those candid camera vids? A joke?
My child is a member of Constellation. I just knew you were special. Didn't I always say that? That you were meant for great things? Great things.
You know about Constellation? I never heard you talk about it.
Well, I know what I've read about in the news. The Explorers. Years ago, there was a stretch where Constellation was in fashion. People would gossip about them all the time. I must say it's been a while since I've heard anything about them, though. Glad to know they're still around.
Every mom says her kid is special, but I guess you were right.
Oh, say again? I should record that and play it back. Mom, you were right. Oh, but you didn't give me any notice. If I'd known, I'd have your favorite meal in the oven. And your room is just a mess. Although that's how you left it.
Easy, honey. Let the boy catch his breath. Why don't you settle in? You know you're always welcome.
Okay. For all these teas. Sorry. Not weird. There's Oliver Twist. Okay, we have another artifact to visit on Earth.
The house feels alive again now that you're here.
Interesting. Something you want to discuss later? Bye-bye.
That was weird. Oh, because
Everyone
she's
in
supposed to
my
be over
poker
here.
night is going to hear about you.
What do you want? What do you want? Behind the bar. Oh, we got us coffee.
I'm planning a
I
grocery
still
run
can't
later.
believe it.
I guess
Constellation. The stories make them seem so exotic, so, well, romantic almost. How is it for real? You liking it?
People are really amazing. I just hope I'm worthy.
Don't you worry yourself about that. All your life, you've been just this mess of potential waiting for a chance. Your number's finally been called, and the settled systems had better be ready for you. I've got some news of my own. You are now officially looking at a retiree. Taught my final class last Thursday. The faculty threw me a party and everything. It's too bad you weren't here then. You could have had some cake.
Congrats. The university was lucky to have you.
I gave it my good old college try. You see what I did there? Enough about that. Anything you want to talk about before you have to go? I mean, stay. Stay as long as you like, but I imagine you're all excited to get to discovering.
How are things going?
Retirement's treating me well, but there are some days I almost missed the class from. Don't say anything to your mom about this, but she got some work done at Enhance. She keeps looking younger every day, I tell her. Not that I mind.
You guys need anything?
You know, it's supposed to be us taking care of you, right? I'd like to say we'll pay you back the money you sent home. Well, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. More than you know.
Got any plans?
Planning a proper, honest-to-goodness vacation. Nothing too fancy. I've been promising your mom a trip for years, and I got no excuses now. Your mother's been sending me links all day about such and such deals and excursions, but it'll be good to get out.
Okay.
Stay as long as you like.
I want to talk to you.
I still can't get over you being here. And it's not even Mother's Day. So, I gotta ask, is there anyone special in your life? With you being in Constellation now, I
mean,
imagine
this girl
you
right
are
here.
quite the catch.
Nothing to report yet.
Just so you know, your dad cannot wait to be a grandpa. So don't keep him or me waiting too long. I know. I won't get into more right now.
Well, now I see that it's true. Mothers have an irresistible urge to interfere in their children's love life.
I know you didn't live in this apartment long, but I want you to consider this your home away from home. Your bed is always yours, no questions asked. I mean, well, I will ask questions, but you can stay here no matter the answers.
Why did you guys never settle down?
It's complicated. Maybe one day I'll get into it. But neither of us mind moving. I think we both have a bit of nomad in us. I think, though, New Atlantis is our forever home.
Really appreciate it.
No bother at all. Stay as long as you like. Anything you want to talk about, dear?
Any gossip?
Well, one of your old classmates made junior VP at Galbank. Their father was bragging for hours. Can't wait to tell him about Constellation.
Yeah. You ever consider moving someplace cheaper? New Atlantis is pricey.
Oh, ain't that the truth? With both of our pensions, we still couldn't afford it. But with what you send home, well, we get by. And of all the places we've lived, New Atlantis is just so full of culture and life.
What are you doing these days?
Now that we're both retired, you mean? I keep trying to push your father to do things. Dance lessons, vacation, take some courses. I'm really interested in early colonial art. But he's just happy as a clam reading in his chair for hours. Wants to know the history of every little thing. It's nice to have time to do both, though. You're welcome anytime. And I mean anytime. Flamenco.
What? Who?
Flamenco. Or we could do salsa.
I told you, my left feet have left feet.
The activity will do you good.
But dancing? I mean, couldn't we, I don't know, do...
I just want to know, what is the purpose of this couch?
All right.
Here.
Dancing it is, but something beginner-friendly.
Like-
Like fit for a toddler. Just so you know, your mother's missed you. Like a lot. You came. How are you doing? You eating well out there? It's easy just to survive off, well, garbage when you're shipbound all the time.
Nothing like your famous nachos, but I get by.
Well, I do what I can. You remember Grandpa's restaurant? Last time you were there, you must have been 5, 8. Some of the best food in the galaxy. Service with a grunt and a glare, I always said. But Dad's food kept them coming back.
This food is incredible. You never could tell looking at it from the outside.
Hole in the walls have the best food. That's just science. Your grandfather taught me what I know of cooking. He didn't want me to go to uni. I was the only one interested in the restaurant. But when he got on in the years, he trusted me with something sacred. His meatloaf recipe.
You please tell me you're making meatloaf tonight.
No, I'm not. Something better. I don't know if anything I taught you about cooking stuck, but I figure it's time to pass the torch. But you gotta promise not to share Grandpa's meatloaf recipe with anyone. It stays in the family. I swear Dad's ghost would come back and...
Whoops. Strike you dead if you told anyone. I solemnly promise to guard the secret of my life.
See that you do. Any meat will do. If it's dry, extra tomatoes. They'll moisten it up if you do it right. Sorry, a bit of a moment here. So, you want to talk about anything?
Okay.
Anything good to watch tonight? I mean, I want to watch it sometime, but I want something light, upbeat.
Regina,
was
the
thinking
president of...
maybe
Well,
muzzling
she's
me?
making me redo the whole report
What?
from scratch because
That little
she
Asta
gave
cracks
me
me
the
up.
wrong information.
And it's just cute.
I know.
It's funny.
I swear next election, I'm stepping down. I can't stand her. What? Oh, what's this about? Fred's a wise man. I suppose sympathy. Damn straight. Constellation sounds. There's just so much to do. Talking with you has made my day. I'm
I've got
being
lifetime.
serious.
It's good to have you home.
Okay. Okay, that plush is... Too anxious. Wait.
I figured it would be... Take care, kiddo.
Of all the places we've lived, this is one of your old classmates. Their father was...
Okay. That's everything with...
I missed you so much, darling.
I think that's everything with... parents? Yep. Can I talk to Sarah?
We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast.
Mind if I ask you some personal questions?
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
Do you have any religious beliefs?
My parents considered themselves to be enlightened, but their lives were so busy they rarely pursued their beliefs. By the time I was old enough to start questioning these things, the idea of following any organized religion was almost an afterthought. It's not that I don't want to believe in anything, it's that my scientific mind is often at odds with my spiritual center. Having been out there, in the Starfield, seeing all those magnificent wonders with my own eyes, I need answers, not religious theory. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but don't worry. While we're on this journey together, I fully intend to respect your religious beliefs.
What you consider your area of expertise?
You mean apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past 5 years? Well, let's see. I pride myself with my aptitude for astrodynamics, calculating optimal trajectories for grav jumping. That's been quite useful in the past. And as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany. So don't worry, I won't let you eat anything that might put you in the hospital.
Is there anything you like to do for fun besides exploring?
Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us.
Okay.
Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly. Oh, okay then. Fine by me. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, so that's done. I think the next thing to do is... I'm trying to think if there's any more. I don't think so. I could be wrong. This Mercury Tower. Hollow. All this is residential, I think. Nina. Hey, Tony.
If you ask me, it's always a good time for a terror. Sure hope your day's going as well as mine is.
How's your day going?
Fine, I guess. Do we know each other?
No? Just making small talk.
Oh, alright. I thought you were trying to flirt with me. My day's going fine. It's hard to complain about anything when you have a terror brew in your hand. Catch you later, yeah? I sure hope your day's going as well as mine is.
Okay, now I don't remember how
I
exactly
could
this
live on
works.
coffee if I had to.
Do you live around here?
What, at Terra Brew? I wish. Nah, I live at Athena Tower. Just moved in, actually. My girlfriend and I got a place there a few weeks ago. I'm not sure how long we'll be there, though. We're saving up to get out of New Atlantis and, tour the settled systems.
Could you tell me more about your girlfriend?
Yeah, sure. Her name's Donna. She works at the Nat station near Mast. Oh, boy, is she a catch. She's passionate, beautiful, friendly. I really lucked out. We met a couple of years ago, and we've been going steady since then. I'm actually thinking about asking her to marry me pretty soon. Keep that between us, okay? I don't want her finding out before I pop the question.
Marcus from the Sanctum Universum asked me to give you this.
Oh, thank you, I guess. An invitation, huh? Yeah, I checked out the church a few weeks ago, but I haven't gone back yet.
Can I ask you why you visited in the first place?
My girlfriend and I want to leave New Atlantis and travel the settled systems. We've been working our butts off, and my girlfriend is so excited. I'm excited too, but it's still a little scary, you know? We've been in New Atlantis all our lives. We don't even really know what to expect out there. I guess I was seeking out some sort of comfort from the church. I don't really know.
Oh, you should visit again sometime. I think Marcus would be happy to see you again.
I don't know. I don't want to disappoint anyone in case I stop going. The church was interesting, but how can anyone know for certain that it's all real? Doesn't that bother anyone else? I guess that's probably why I never went back. There's no certainty.
Nothing is certain, but maybe speaking with other members will be a comfort either way.
Maybe. I guess it couldn't hurt to visit again and talk with the others. I wonder if any of them felt how I do now when they started going to the church. But anyways, I have to get going. Thanks for talking with me and for taking the time to deliver this. Take care.
I think we succeeded with that one. So that one doesn't actually have a
They said they don't cover that kind of damage. Is that true?
what's CJ's? I forgot what CJ's is.
Come on in. Take a look around. Life in New Atlantis
That's
moves
weird.
pretty fast. I do my best to keep up. I've got all your basics right here.
That actually be helpful.
Nice and steady. Just the way I like it. I've got a good location, plenty of foot traffic, and a ton of people who are in a hurry and need to make a quick stop for the essentials. Things keep going this way, I'm going to start opening franchises all over the settled systems.
Like here in New Atlantis?
You kidding me? Nowhere else like it in the settled systems. First time I came here as a kid, I knew I was going to come back and make my mark on this city. Nowhere I'd rather be. And now that I've got this place up and running, it's all coming together.
Okay.
Have a good one.
I didn't know this was here. Maybe I didn't go through it the last time. It goes into that. This goes into mast. All right, we need to go to the commercial district. We've been here, but we're missing
Full spacesuit.
a sensor.
Hey, are you looking for eggs too? I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before anyone else does. So if you see some, can you tell me?
I'm looking for biosensors, not eggs.
Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. And you can tell me if you find any eggs. Miss
What?
Seng over at UC Distribution bought the one I found, and she said she might buy more if I can find them. I could really use the credits.
Oh, Argos Extractors is down here. Maybe there's a mission.
look familiar. Where do I know you from?
I worked with Lynn on the Victoria job.
Oh, yes. Lynn mentioned hiring some brand new miner before she left for that job. I must have seen your picture in the contractor database. I take it this means the job's done then. Good to know. So, what can I help you with?
I wanted to let you know that the Crimson Fleet attacked us on Victoria.
Oh, wow, that's terrible. Those pirates sure are getting bolder these days. Is everyone okay?
Everyone's fine except the pirates. I made sure they got what they deserved.
Well then, we don't expect our employees to engage in conflict with pirates, for legal reasons mostly. But I'm sure your colleagues appreciated your efforts to keep them safe. Thank you.
What's Lynn's role at Argos?
Well, after I book a job, Lynn meets with the clients to nail down the details. She negotiates the terms of the contract and even supervises some of our more important work sites. That woman never stops impressing me.
Okay, what is Argos known for?
As a former contractor, I'm surprised you don't know. We take on jobs that others won't, whether they're far away, extra tough, or just plain dangerous. And we always get the job done on schedule at a lower cost than our competitors.
What do you do here?
I book and process our jobs, manage the schedule on a broad scale, and interface with new clients. We're a small company, so a lot of us administrative types wear a lot of hats, as they say.
What's next for Argos?
We just picked up several more contracts. Risky stuff, if I'm being truthful, but we position ourselves to take advantage of jobs like that. Think asteroid mining and other tough jobs. The next few years are going to be interesting for Argos.
Okay.
Goodbye now.
Kind of wish I could take the rest of the day and go work outside. I wouldn't settle for looking out a window.
Kind of figured there'd be something like maybe a standing kiosk, something that you could take missions or something at. Okay. Let's go get this quote-unquote egg. We might steal it.
Bulk items may require multiple levels of approval and can take up to several weeks for an official response. Welcome to UC Distribution.
You know that. You bought an egg from a kid recently. I need it.
Who, Jordan? That kid's in here every other day with some random thing he found. Trying to get credits. Yeah, I took pity on him. Why? What is it?
It's sensitive scientific equipment. Very important.
Oh, really? Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Let's call it a convenience fee, shall we?
Fine.
Pleasure doing business with you. Right. Come back if you need something else.
Highway robbery, I tell you. Highway robbery. I could have just stole it, but I have the credits, so I'm not really worried about it. All right, let's go turn this in. And I'm sure he has another section of this mission. I think there's like 2 or 3 strings. I remember doing this one. We're gonna take the UC Vanguard mission last. Because it's the same person that we actually have to talk to.
I don't mean to be pushy, but I really do need those sensors So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment.
Big tree.
It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. Relief. Now, let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my.
Okay. Don't turn your back on me.
There's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once.
Doesn't sound like good news.
Well, from a certain point of view. In an, admittedly, somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Okay.
Thank you for your help retrieving the biosensors.
Okay, maybe we got to check in on them later. Alright, so our next bit, I think, is... Let's see, Terra Brew. I think we finished this up.
Wen really keeps the distribution center in tip. I'm on tax duty tomorrow. Can't wait.
Sounds like you really love your job.
Of course, who wouldn't? It's such a privilege to be able to work for the UC government, a true force of good. Every day is so exciting. I get to meet so many new people, solve interesting problems, and learn about developing situations throughout the settled systems. Yep, there's never a boring day at the distribution center.
Did you always want to work at the distribution center?
Oh, no. When I was growing up, I actually wanted to be a miner on Sidonia. As weird as that may sound. I guess I never wanted to have a typical job. Lucky for me, working at the distribution center is anything but typical.
Special delivery from Marcus Lestari, of the Sanctum Universum.
Really? Nice. I went there a while back. Good to see they still remember me.
Why did you stop going?
There wasn't really any reason. I just got busy or lazy and stopped going. I've actually been meaning to check it out again. It's just something interesting to do after work. The people seem nice as well.
What are your thoughts?
To tell you the truth, I don't really have any thoughts on the church itself. I wouldn't consider myself religious. I initially went because it just seemed interesting. I don't think I really know enough about the church to decide if it's bad or good, or if it's even a good fit for me. I guess maybe I should go back to figure that out.
You should. Seems like they're really interested in seeing you again.
Gotta say that it's nice. You know, having people think about you. Because of my job, I don't really have too much free time to socialize or make friends. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my job. It's the best job in New Atlantis. But still, it can be hard to put myself out there sometimes. That's actually one of the reasons I went to the Sanctum Universum. Just to talk with people and get to know them. It was nice. It really was.
Sounds like a great reason to go back.
Yeah, I think I will. But hey, let me ask you something. Do you believe in all this Sanctum Universum stuff? What do you think?
I believe that no one can prove it's real or not.
Huh. Like Bigfoot. Do you know what Bigfoot is? Some monster that might have lived on Earth and had big feet. You know what? I'll just stop talking. Well, hey, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks for bringing this to me. Keep on keeping on.
That really was a Bigfoot reference.
The data from the biosensors?
There really was a Bigfoot reference. Oh.
There's Neon Fella. That is it. Never forget what the FC did. Never forget. What do you want? I'm very busy.
Relax. Marcus from the Sanctum Universum wanted me to deliver this to you.
What? Let me see. Oh, yeah. I went to the Sanctum Universum a while back. I haven't checked it out again, though.
What are your thoughts?
It's interesting. The whole literally finding God thing is comforting to me, in a way. Wait, why am I telling you this?
Maybe you should visit again.
I'm not sure. The truth is that I want to believe in it all. The Sanctum Universum believes that God gave us the ability to grab jumps so that we can search for him and find him. If that's true, maybe I can find my dad as well. I lost him when I was just a little girl. I can barely remember him.
Why didn't you ever go back?
Because if it all ends up not being real, I'd be devastated.
Talking with the other members may help with your grief.
I don't need a lecture from you. Listen, I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'll go back if I want to.
Angry. So angry. Okay.
Can we run through it one more time?
Can you tell me more about yourself?
Sure, but I warn you, I'm not the world's most interesting guy. I was born and raised in New Atlantis. Actually, to be more specific.
We're going to the well next.
The well. I had a rough childhood like most people from down there. Luckily for me, I managed to get out of there and find a job in the commercial district. The Sanctum Universum has been helpful for me. I admittedly have struggled with feelings of anger, and sometimes I still do. Keeper Aquilus and the church have really helped me to become a better person.
How involved are you with the church?
I'm a pretty devoted follower. I love coming to listen to Keeper Aquilus and talk with the others. I still have a lot to learn, though. I truly believe that Keeper Aquilus and the Sanctum Universum has been an absolutely positive influence on my life. I try to reach out to others as much as possible, you know, invite them to come talk with us and spread Keeper Aquilus's teachings. I think it's the least I can do.
I finished checking in on the prior visitors.
Great. How'd it go?
It's fine. I think some of them will come visit again.
I'm glad to hear that. Sometimes people just need a little reminder that they're always welcome here. Here, your payments as promised. Thank you for taking the time to do this. And I hope to see you around the church too.
Ooh. A skill point too. Okay, so we were looking at using it on what? Stealth? Persuasion was social? Hmm. Ooh, ship targeting. Targeting is a big one. Okay, so that was a big increase. Let's grab there's gonna be missions to do below. Let's get the UC missions. Which means we're gonna go in the tower.
Welcome to Mast. If you have an appointment, you may proceed.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship?
I was born in UC. I'm not a citizen already?
Oh, sorry, but no. UC citizenship is all earned based on service. They should have covered this in your civic lessons. Go figure.
I'd love to join the Vanguard. Sign me up.
Excellent. Just need to do a little paperwork. An orientation on the UC, and knock out an exam, and a probationary mission. We need to know you'll be able to hack it out there after all. Do well. You'll be out there keeping the peace in no time.
Don't forget, John. I need him back after you wrap him in that fancy get-up of yours.
Don't worry, Sarah. I'm not forgetting about you or our little business afterwards. Promise. First things first, head down to the orientation hall. Get signed up at the registration terminal. System will walk you through the rest. Oh, and if you got a bounty, well, you're gonna have to make things right with the UC before we'll let you join. But if you've got any questions, I can get you sorted.
Okay, so let's do... When we come back to him, we'll do that. And we'll talk to him. Actually, we should talk to him more. Talk to him with the rest of the one.
Have some questions?
I wanted to know something specific about the process for joining.
Sure thing. What do you want to know?
What kind of work?
Vanguard work is as
Actually,
sometimes you might be hunting.
He literally said us.
Sometimes we just not every job wherever the UC.
I think he already told us this. Whoops, I mean to do that.
Starts with registration down in the orientation.
How long have you been with the Vanguard?
Me? 6, 7 years now. Was a recon squad commander in a former life, so it wasn't too big a jump bossing around foreign pilots instead. But Vanguard's been a quality assignment. Meet new people, judge them on a series of diverse criteria, get them out there helping people who need it.
Okay. Why does the UC need foreign pilots to fly for them?
Military used to have a pretty narrow view of where the best pilots came from. In their eyes, it was UC or bust. The creation of the Vanguard was an acknowledgement by the brass that maybe not all the galaxy's greatest pilots went through a UC flight school.
Okay.
So it's the Vanguard's job to find them and get them to fly for us.
Well, it's called MAST, right? What kind of name is that?
MAST is short for Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. From here, the 3 co-equal divisions of the UC government work together to advance the cause of the colonies. Be that through mutual defense, political and diplomatic strength, or scientific discovery. Now, serving any of the UC's divisions grants citizenship, but scientific and admin positions in the UC tend to be real competitive. Understandable, most people will prefer to earn their citizenship behind a desk rather than in combat. Not something I'd ever choose for myself, but understandable.
Okay. We got Constellation business to discuss.
Right. Got so wound up bringing you on board, I almost forgot.
Oh, I haven't. Come on, John. Let's hear it, before you try to convince him to join the Marines.
All right. Here's what I've got. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me.
Who's this Moira?
Oh, he goes way back. Think he was recruit number 81 or something.
Wait, what's wrong with the Sol system?
You kidding? Lowest posting request rate in the whole fleet. Only thing there the UC cares about is Mars. And no one wants to go to Mars. They want to get off Mars.
We'll talk to him. I'm sure we can make him a good offer.
Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols.
Anything you can tell me about Sidonia?
Yeah, bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like.
Did Moira say where he found this ornament?
You'll have to ask him. But Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that.
Okay. Thank you for all your help.
Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
All right. There's a couple things that I want to look at. We gotta go to Aegis anyway. Okay, this is where it is. See if we can get away with it.
Hey.
Hey, that isn't yours.
It isn't yours either, but we're gonna sure as hell use it.
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our laurels. Our laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable
Howdy.
a long time ago. Helps to remember that.
Back in the lab. Quiet, safe, secure. Just how I like it. Good to see you again. Quite the lab, huh? The UC spares no expense.
You seem to be settling in.
Yeah, it's nice being in a lab again, and the facilities here at MAST are the best in the galaxy. The only thing I don't have is my research slate. The thought of having to start over from scratch, well, I feel like Sisyphus pushing his boulder up the hill.
Okay, I never got this quest. I can find your slate for you.
Oh, great. I'll give you the coordinates to the station. It orbits Voss in the Alpha Centauri system, so it won't be too far of a jump. Just be careful. I don't know if those zealots are still there. If they are, definitely do not engage.
What's your field of study?
The short answer is xenobiology, but I get that that's a pretty broad category. My specialty is alien flora, but as a lead, I've managed pretty much every department on the station. Maybe now that I'm here, I'll go back to my roots, so to speak.
What are your thoughts on New Atlantis?
It's home. It doesn't matter how long I've been away, that will never change. Now, this lab will take some getting used to. Sometimes I go looking for the bathroom and end up in the storage closet. Another time, then.
The things we do here, the tech we develop, benefits all of humanity.
I hope you're not. The security of the United Colonies is every citizen's responsibility, but we try and do the bulk of the work.
What do you do here?
I'm the acting head of Aegis, the intelligence division here in Mast. I oversee all our active projects and agents in the field, and I'm afraid that's about as much detail as I can give you.
What can you tell me about Aegis?
All you really need to know is that we're here to serve, and we're the good guys. Our main priority is the safety and security of the citizens and assets of the United Colonies, wherever they may be. We keep an eye on, well, everything.
Okay. Thank you for your service, Agent.
No need to thank me. It's an honor to be of service.
Your name is Plato?
No. My parents would never have been so presumptuous. Every agent who joins Aegis gets to choose a pseudonym, pending approval, of course. I chose this for myself when I signed on. I have, of course, since learned that I am not nearly as smart as I thought I was as a younger man. I suppose none of us are.
What's Aegis?
We're the intelligence arm of the United Colonies. Think of it this way. UC Security responds to threats. It's Aegis's job to anticipate and prevent them.
Was this by UC Security? Pick up something.
Ah, right. You're Sergeant Yumi's recruit. You're taller than I expected.
Thanks, I guess.
Oh, it wasn't a compliment. Just an observation. In any case, let me fill you in. We have a dead drop that we think has been compromised. So I'd like someone from UC Security to handle the pickup instead. Take the package back to Sergeant Yumi, and he'll check it in as evidence before it gets routed back to Aegis.
Okay. You mean it's been compromised?
We think non-UC affiliated groups have their eye on it, and are using it to identify field agents. Normally, we just burn the location, but we didn't get this intel until after the drop. So we're going to need non-Aegis personnel to do the pickup to cover our tracks.
Why meet with me personally?
Well, I told the sergeant that anyone hired for this job should get my stamp of approval first. Nothing personal. It's just this sort of work isn't part of your normal detail.
Got it.
Take the Nat to the spaceport. There should be a Galbank ATM right next to the station. The package is taped under one of the benches. Grab it and deliver it to Sergeant Yumi and the job's done. You really should know better than to ask for classified. Don't worry, I'm just giving you. Good luck with the mission.
Yes. What?
Okay. Vanguard orientation. Let's do this. We're going to learn all about everything. Okay. I agree. Okay. So this is where we're going to get a light history on the UC and, to an extent, Earth. Alright, here we go. Lore.
In 2150, humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
There's the Earth. Good old Earth.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Varun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Varun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Varun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Jinan Varun. House Varun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade.
Okay. Not sure if it's still going. But, my headset just died.
The Freestar Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective.
Well, I'll at least know when it's kind of done.
Freestar Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War.
There it goes.
Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day.
There's an area on war. So if you want to read it. Essentially one planet. Well, we'll kind of go through the lore in the first place. First you had the Serpent's Crusade.
Beginning in 2240, House Varun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Freestar, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Varun in the name of their serpent god. was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Varun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Varun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Varun's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
Okay. Now here's the actual war between the UC and the Freestar Collective.
Of the many conflicts between the galaxy's factions, none was more brutal than the recent colony war between the UC and the Freestar Collective. Set off by the unauthorized Freestar colonization of Vesta's Pride in 2308, a direct violation of the Nerion Treaty, the colony war spread quickly across the galaxy. Both sides deployed every tool at their disposal. Armadas of warships, mechanized combat platforms, or mechs. Even bioengineered alien creatures, the infamous UC xeno-weapons. It was only in 2311 at the Battle of Cheyenne that the scales finally tipped. The Freestar Collective, utilizing their civilian fleet as a human shield, successfully crippled the superior United Colonies Navy. After their shocking victory against the galaxy's greatest navy, the Freestar Collective offered terms of peace, which the colonies, out of an interest in staving off any further human costs, accepted. The galaxy has been rebuilding ever since.
And the Battle of Nira.
The war was a horrible conflict that irreparably wounded the settled systems. There were times I felt that it would never end.
Okay.
Few settled worlds were left untouched by the colony war. But nowhere could the viciousness of modern warfare be seen more clearly than on the Freestar planet of Nira. Initially occupied by invading United Colonies forces as a forward operating position, repeated attempts to take and retake the planet by collective forces led only to devastation. Swaths of the world were transformed into scorched husks, a nightmarish testament to the depths of human ingenuity and human cruelty. And today, Nira remains a continuing reminder to the horrors of unfettered war.
Okay, there's one of the UC mechs. Looks cool. And this?
This thing's like an artist's rendition, right? No animal can be this ugly in real life.
No one knows how they move between planets. I wonder if they can grav jump or something.
That's a Terramorph. We're gonna learn during this questline, or so I'm told about Terramorphs, I would imagine.
A different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinian. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies war effort, Londinian found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable.
This is just a phase.
Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city, the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinian is mourned by the UC to this day.
Okay.
After the devastation wrought by the colony war, the UC and the Freestar Collective came together to ratify a treaty that became known as the Armistice. Both sides agreed to a vast reduction in standing forces, and that xeno-weapons and mech warfare would be outlawed. All related research was sealed away. accessible only in cases of dire emergency. But the Collective had another demand, that the active commanders of the UC military stand trial for their actions. The United Colonies, in the interest of peace and galactic security, agreed. In 2311, 3 United Colonies senior officers were found guilty. Commander Henry Durant, General Indira Rastogi, and Fleet Admiral Francois Sanon, known better as Ve Victus. All were sentenced to death for their actions, bringing the colony war to a close and returning peace to the galaxy at long last.
I was a strong supporter of the armistice. All of the terrible weapons that both sides used against one another. It had to end.
Okay. In the Vanguard.
Spacers? Scumbags.
It was into this new world that the Vanguard was born.
Leftovers of the colony war.
An official branch of the UC Navy, the Vanguard is the United Colonies Volunteer Fleet, serving a myriad of security, logistical, and reconnaissance roles. And after a sufficient length of service, UC citizenship is guaranteed to every Vanguard member. Open to all captains, regardless of origin, the Vanguard is leading the charge to protect and support the citizens of the United Colonies, wherever in the galaxy they may be.
Okay. This is the last one before we go into the simulator.
No one is born a United Colonies citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright. So that is the lore of the UC. Various UC ships. That one looks pretty cool.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber.
I've spent a fair bit of time in simulators just like these. They're startlingly realistic. Have fun.
Okay.
You must be our new applicant. I'm Proctor Samuelson. The simulator's already been prepped. You can head in whenever you're ready.
Can you tell me about this exam?
Of course. You'll be running through a high-realism combat flight simulation, engineered by members of the UC Science staff, right here in Mast. Your task is to defeat at least 3 tiers of simulated opponents. Accomplish that, and you pass the exam, and can then proceed on to your probationary mission. However, if you defeat more than 3 tiers of enemies, your required enlistment time for citizenship will be reduced, and your enlistment bonus increased. But you're welcome to try as many times as you like before returning to Commander Tuala to proceed on to the next step in your application process.
I have a good
Only
chance
the
doing
highest
this.
score you managed to achieve in there.
Any advice?
While I can't answer that question directly, I will say this. Due to the solitary nature of our work, resourcefulness is a critical tool in any Vanguard pilot's repertoire. You're permitted, even encouraged, to use whatever tool you're able to find in there.
Okay. What kind of ship am I going to be flying?
The simulator is designed to be a near-perfect replica of a Class B Deimos hoplite, the United Colony's standard destroyer model. It's been tuned to provide a challenging but fair fight against the enemy squadrons you'll encounter inside. Just head in whenever you're ready.
So there's a trick to this.
This is the Mark 18 flight simulation chip.
It's this.
Applicant, currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
Then we can get past a couple of sections.
Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
Okay.
New targets active.
At least try to defeat us. Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active.
Okay.
Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score, or stay and try your
So I
hand
need to
at
do the
tiers.
debug methods, because I'm certainly not going to win in this one.
Resuming the examination.
New targets active.
You will regret that. Target defeated.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 4 reached. Initiating Tier 5. New targets active.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
Okay. So I think we can do this. We just need the debug terminal. If we debug it, I think we can get an ally in. We can increase our damage. We can do all of that. Okay. Restart current tier. Debug it. So just generate. Let's save this. I think this is the last tier. Let's get the debug. Shield upgrade. Damage upgrade. And generate an ally.
Shield upgrade active. Damage upgrade active. New ally active.
Simulation reset.
First time I did this, I didn't actually know that that was there.
New targets active.
Your progress ends here. You won't defeat us.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant. You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
So if I could take out one, my ally took out two. If I could just take out one, that allows me to get a little bit more. Also distance. Distance would likely be helpful.
reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
I gotta restart that. My ally didn't come in.
Shield upgrade active. Damage upgrade
There it is.
active. New ally active.
Simulation reset. Prepare for your first opponent.
New targets active.
I think that's it, right?
Targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 5 reached. Initiating final tier. Prepare yourself. New targets active.
Halting simulation. You have passed, applicant.
Ooh.
You may proceed to the exit hatch to log your results, or restart the exam from the simulation's control terminal.
That might be the max I can actually do. If I can't debug it, then I'll be the end of that. But we got a tier further than I did on stream the first playthrough. Let's see. Yep. Okay. All that he really gets at the end of it is just more money.
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuwala to receive your final results and your probationary assignment. Or you're welcome to take another run at the simulation if you'd like to try and earn a better score. We'll only keep your best run.
Okay, so at least the ship destruction is done. That actually counts for the simulator. There's that. That was nice.
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first?
I wrapped up my piloting exam and they told me to come back here.
Ah, so these are your numbers that just came through then. You ready to hear how you did?
think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised.
Well, let's get to it then. So, looking at the data, hit every mural in the orientation hall, huh? A test of preparation and thoroughness. Two traits the Vanguard values highly. Psychological results are all within expected levels. Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile. Oh, you found the debug system in the simulator. Nicely done. Curiosity and resourcefulness are skills our recruits need. Now, how'd you do against your foes? Clear tier 5, huh? Damn impressive. I swear they start cheating at that level, but the techs claim it's fair. Either way, you've got the skills the Navy needs.
It's cheating.
Hell of a job. I might even let you fly me around sometime.
Girl, come on.
So then, looking at your results as a whole, and factoring in that you managed to utilize all the tools at your disposal, once you've successfully completed your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only 5 years. You showed real potential in there. We want to make sure you're fighting on our side. Even authorized me to offer you a bonus in addition to your signing advance.
Citizenship in 5 years? That's quite impressive. Took me almost 9, thanks to some false starts. You should be proud.
Sounds like you're just the type of pilot the Vanguard's looking for.
He's
If
impressed.
you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today.
Hell
Get you
yeah.
the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
It's a big decision. John, you're not about to have my compatriot here sign some kind of contract that sells you their grandmother 5 years down the line, are you?
Officer's honor, Sarah. This is honest work for honest credits. So, you ready to do the deed?
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Then just follow me.
Y'all know who that is. And Kosh over there needs to be talked to, which we'll do in the next episode.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the skies. Now, raise your right hand. The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra, above and beyond. That is where we serve. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities?
I do.
And to uphold the values of the Vanguard. Honor, loyalty, self-reliance, in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
I do.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard. Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
Let's do this.
That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
It's about 10K.
By Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! I can't believe it! Is it you? Is it really, really you? Captain of the Frontier, bane of the fleet, constellation's shining star of stars.
Bane of the fleet.
Oh, don't be so modest. It was all over SSNN. Lone miner tames the Crimson Fleet, saves a member of Constellation, and steals the hearts of millions, no, trillions. And now you're standing here next to me. Oh, really is you, right?
I just joined Constellation. I'm hardly a shining star.
Oh, you are definitely the brightest, biggest star in any constellation. There's no maybes about it. I have an eye for these things. Not that you're hard to see with that halo on your head. Although at first, I wasn't sure if it was just the glare. But now that I know it's you, what are the odds? And to think, I almost went for coffee instead. But I changed my routine for one day, and here you are. It's almost like it was meant to be.
You changed your routine?
Oh, yes. Normally I start my day by drinking 4 cups of coffee and stuffing my face with chunks. But after being inspired by your story, I thought to myself, what would the great and powerful hero of Vectera do? And so instead, I went for a jog. I ran and I ran and I ran, picturing you in the distance, like a North Star. Imagine my surprise to find you were actually real. By the light of Polaris, it must be fate.
It is definitely not.
Are you saying I looked you up, tracked you down, and followed you all the way here? Who'd be crazy enough to do that? I'd have to know what you looked like first, and now I do. Either way, it's such an honor to meet you. Hey, do you mind if I follow you around? Do you need a sidekick? What am I saying? You're a hero, of course you do. Lead the way.
You're going to be my sidekick. You won't need a costume?
Good point. I'll start working on it right away, as soon as I learn how to sew. Until then, maybe I can be a sidekick in training. Do you have an academy where fans can practice groveling at your feet? If not, I can start one. You won't be disappointed.
Okay, so we're gonna have that. We need to talk to Kelton when we come back. I think this is outside. Then the next thing we need to do is go in the well, start doing that whole thing, and then retrieve the package. Then we'll be good with everything. I think there is some missions in the well. There's like 4 or 5. Plus we can get some missions here, like delivery ones. Then we're done with New Atlantis. So yeah, at that point, thanks for hanging out. Go leave a like below, comment, and subscribe. We are gonna have some fun playing some Starfield. It's gonna be a little bit of live stream stuff mixed in, and a little bit of recordings mixed in, but we're gonna have fun and get through some Starfield. We're gonna be pushing quests until we pretty much do all the side quests and all that stuff, and then think we're gonna do exploring after that. We'll explore by system, but we're not gonna do all that much exploring in the main quest portion. Or if I do, it's gonna be exploration is gonna be labeled for those episodes. Will be exploration episodes, and so you'll see which ones are story, quest, or exploration episodes. So I'll give you an idea. But then I'll try to stick to one of those three, and we'll kind of do that. So story or exploration. So those will be labeled. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you guys next time. Later.